So the reason why I picked these two particular segments is, well, for one, when I joined Strava in about 2013, these are one of the most regular segments that I rode, and therefore I decided to have a go and set a benchmark on them. So they're my oldest, or one of my oldest KOMs. So hopefully, because the efforts are quite long, well, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, we'll be able to see a more obvious difference than if it was just a 1 minute KOM. So I'm gonna have about 45-minute warm-up. So we're taking the long way around to the first climb, which will be the Hail Nazareth lane climb. And then I'm gonna fit you through a chest and we'll do the effort. So in 2013, I was actually a first year senior, first year professional with Rafa Kondo GLT. And the other interesting thing, and kind of what makes this kind of a fun experiment in a way, is that my FTP now, after illness and everything, is what it was roughly then. Okay, quick run through with the bike. So I'm on my 240 Mons, about a kilo for the frame set, so pretty light bike. But because we're doing climbs today, you probably want to know what gear I have on here. 36 small ring and a 28 on the back. So we will be recording power data on this, on these efforts, but I'm not gonna delve into that until when we get back. So you'll have to wait until the end of the video to find out, like, hopefully, how much we've improved on those KOMs. So let's go. What I think is actually going to be quite interesting in this, and hence why I think it kind of ranges into the fun / science experiment category, is that I'm going to be hitting these segments like full gas. But what has probably changed over the years, because I've ridden the segment so often and, you know, I know every inch of the road, what will be really interesting to see is, without having power on my screen and just using my knowledge of the climb and how my knowledge has grown over 7 years, 8 years of these roads, like my application of power. Because like 8 years ago, when I was just a little, you know, 18-year-old rattling around, like I would have just attacked it and just like, let's just go, yeah. But like these climbs, they have like different gradients and they undulate quite a lot, so I wonder if I'll go quicker just based on my application of power and going off feel. Okay, we're back. Now, I know you want to know the results, so I'm not going to hang around. I'll just tell you right now. So, drum roll, please. Ooh! Okay, so it looks like we've got some crowns, and yeah. Okay, so here's the effort. So here's the climb. My elevation's gone a bit weird, but it's because of the weather. So here's the first climb I was going for. Nant Mynydd. 397 watts normalized for the whole time. So that's 15 seconds faster than my previous time in 2013. And now to check the other one. And it was the 3 ramps effort. It was a 3 ramp segment, and this is 351. So you can see how I pace this one. You can see when my speed goes really high, I come off the power completely. My heart rate recovers because of that, and then I'm able to go harder when it ramps up. Just going to have a quick comparison of this second effort with that previous one, because I know that I was faster on the shorter climb. I was faster by 15 seconds, but on this climb, the longer one, I'm faster by 29 seconds. So I don't have my Wahoo, but I did have live segments on my Wahoo. So I didn't have power on my screen, I only had like the segment. So even though I knew the road and I knew where the start and the finish was, I wanted to have something to kind of look at so that I could talk about it now. And there was a really interesting thing to pick up on, which you probably would already know about, but when I did this particular segment, I went hard up the first climb, recovered on the descent or false flat, hard up the second climb, and then there is a false flat over that one where before it descends down, and I was actually 31 seconds ahead of my PB at that point. But then because I backed off, because the gradient was really shallow, and I allowed myself to recover so I could go harder on the next climb, I actually lost time. So I was losing, I think I went down as far as 22 seconds ahead of the KOM. So I'd almost lost 10 seconds over quite a short space of time. But then it allowed me to go hard on the final ramp, and I was able to basically make up that time that I lost, but overall keep that same kind of almost 30-second difference. So I guess I knew that result was coming. I'm sure you did as well. But it kind of raises another question. Because I didn't have power on my computer when I was riding and doing the effort, and I was just going off feel, and I was going fairly hard, like 400 watts. It's not easy. So I wonder then, I need to do another experiment regarding 2 efforts, one with power and one without, and whether or not seeing power on the screen actually technically makes me slower.